Yeah, you're good, Andrea.
Guys, hello. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm excited to talk about the film. I have a big straight out the gate, but let's get into it. I'm talking with Gino McKoy. He's the writer, director, producer of Lumina, Andrea, Tivadar, and Eleanor Williams, who played Delilah in Texas. Gino, the beat. Take me into your inspiration for this film, and also why you think it's a good idea to have an ex-current girlfriend.
Pup, you broke up a little bit. Could you repeat, please?
You see the deflection? I said, what's your inspiration for the film? And why did you think it was a good idea to have an ex and a current girlfriend in the same room?
My inspiration for the film really was I wanted to see the psychological effect on people, like the loved ones or like, your significant other when like someone is abducted. And, I guess that was really like the inspiration for me because I worked with MUFON for a number of years, Mutual UFO Network, basically that works with the Pentagon. And I've spoken to people who are experiencers, which is what they're called, people who are abductees, former military, former Marines, and like, they've given me their stories. So that kind of inspired me to like, write a movie about how would it feel if someone is abducted and how would their loved ones feel about them being abducted. Um, the girlfriend and ex-girlfriend, I wanted to throw some like drama and fire into it to see, that whole kind of love triangle thing, to see exactly like, who would be like, how far would you go like to save the one you love kind of. So that
Right.
that was like, okay, your ex-girlfriend or like, someone that likes you from the past, comes back into your life and they help facilitate or help you like go on this journey to see like, if you could find that person that you're with and like, explain the unexplained.
Right,
To
absolutely.
yeah, so that was it.
I mean, if you're gonna a psychological experiment, you definitely have to have the catalyst that propels the experiment along. Yeah. Andrea, do you agree with that assessment, or do you think you were just there to pick button, pick bubble gum?
Pup, you're cutting a little. I couldn't hear what you said. The last thing you said.
I'm so sorry. I said, do you agree with Gino's assessment of Delilah, or do you think she was there for more, nefarious purposes?
I think Delilah was at a point in her life where she wanted to, she was drawn to her friends, I think. And then obviously an old flame is an old flame, and she's very playful. And yeah, I think the character has been definitely developed from that place, from a place where I was exploring friendship.
Absolutely. I can
And
see that. I think
I had my questions. Yeah, I had like, yeah, there were a lot of like questions and a lot of internal conflict as to what is the limit, where does a friendship begin, and what's the boundary, of a friendship. How far can you go?
right before it's inappropriate. Yeah.
Before it's inappropriate. Yeah. So
I
I
think
think that was that I was playing. Yeah.
no, but I think that's a valid point. I think that's something that it's funny for me to say, like, you shouldn't have even been there, but that you don't take into account, I think sometimes, that when relationships end, you lose friends, you lose other relationships that are not romantic, and you often have questions that are not answered. So valid point for Delilah. Eleanor, as Tatiana, you extend this grace to Delilah despite maybe your misgivings. How did you approach that? How did you feel?
It's difficult because I would take myself back to maybe situations, and that's 10 plus years ago, where I had feelings of envying someone or being uncomfortable around an ex or that sort of thing. But I like Andrea so much that it made it easy. It made it easy to extend the grace, and kind of difficult to sometimes conjure that tension, because I was like, I'm such a fan of her. But yeah, I think as the character, I think for me it was about Tatiana's relationship with Alex and the strength of that, and not trying not to feel threatened, because that wasn't my focus.
And it's almost as if, Gino, it's almost as if Tatiana is kind of sacrificial in a way, not because she doesn't deserve to be, you know, in that space, in the situation, but it's, again, with the catalyst, it's like, if you were still there, is this a spoiler? I'm so sorry, but if you were still there, if the character, you know, the person was still there, the events that follow, I mean, seems glaringly obvious, but I'm just saying, in the psychological experiment, you remove one of the factors, it would be a completely different scenario. And I think that's just brilliant that, Gino, you went there into what could have been like a simple alien abduction film, but you gave it heart, and you gave it, it's thought-provoking. I'm stumbling here because I'm actually thinking more about what happened. Gino, dang it.
I think I thank you so much, Papa. I really appreciate that. I wanted a movie with soul.
Yeah.
I think I mean, I spent an entire weekend with John McTiernan, you know, and he did Predator and Die Hard, and you know, Predator being one of my favorite movies of all time, you know, in terms of like in terms of an alien chase movie, basically, like horror and stuff like that. But you know, I watched other alien movies and everything else, and like, you know, UFO movies, UFO centered movies, because I love space and sci-fi. And I felt like people didn't get really to know the characters. They'll die very quickly in Alien or something. You don't really get to know the characters. You don't really get to live their journey, or get to see their story arc develop. So in this particular movie, I wanted to explore something to do it different than other movies I saw. And I wanted it to have that soul, that heart, like you're saying, because I want people to see the relationship amongst these actors, or these people, these individuals that are going on this journey. And I feel like it was necessary to show that, because then you end up loving them, and then, like, you know, you get so attached to some of these characters, right? And that's what I wanted, attachment.
Absolutely. And also, what you've done that I think is brilliant is you took what could have been a heavy, explosive, action-packed, you know, but you brought it back to the people. You brought it back to the dialogue. And I thought that was super cool.
Thank you. Yeah. I mean, I couldn't do it without these two things.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And the actors, that I was blessed. I really was blessed with actors and actresses that love their craft, that really want to you know, go in, dive deep into it, because you know, we have improv on set. We had, you know, I was trying to get them psychologically prepared, and they also were getting themselves psychologically prepared. And you know, it was during COVID. It was like one of the hardest times to film, you know, and we went through hell and back together. So, you know, all praise to them that, you know, they dug in, and they bought into it. You
Absolutely.
know, there was no phone in. They didn't phone in their performance. That's for sure.
No, absolutely not. Let me know if you have trouble hearing me. I had to put I was holding my phone, and I was getting that front camera double chin vision. But if you have trouble, but what you is so accurate too. I wanted to ask you guys, Andrea and Eleanor and Gino, but for you ladies, I jumped when I saw the creature, shall we say. How did you deal with that? Were you shocked by it, or did you think this is super cool?
It was impressive and convincing.
Yeah, okay.
So I think we reacted when we saw it, we reacted to it, because it was very, very scary.
Yes. 1,000%.
They did, like, the team did an amazing job. Amazing job. Amazing, incredible job with the creature.
1,000%. And I can definitely, the reason I asked that is because you mentioned that Predator is your favorite movie, and I can see inspiration in your creature, and it just tickled me to death because that thing he's ugly. It's ugly.
Yeah, it's definitely a looker, you know?
Yeah.
Good looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Andrew and Eleanor were like, they were lining up to go on a date afterwards with this guy.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
They're like, yeah, let's go for brunch, you know? So
Well, we couldn't. We wish, but we couldn't. It was COVID times. We couldn't go out. It was complex, but yeah. Maybe in a few years.
There you go. There you go. A double date. That could work. Well,
Exactly.
I know we have to wrap up.
he's got to brush up on his manners though, and his etiquette.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got to brush up on his teeth as well. Look at those.
Yeah. On his texture and all that.
Moisturize. He needs some moisturize.
He needs to moisturize.
Definitely his height. But no, I just wanted to, I know we have to wrap up, but I wanted to give you major props on everything you did with this film, from location, Marrakesh, come on, the set design, the practical effects, the dialogue, the way that Eleanor looks up from the pool at a certain moment in the film, shall we say, with the light shining on her. It's so meticulous and so well thought out. It's gonna be a hit, honestly.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Puff. I really
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Really quickly, can people follow you guys on social media to keep up with future projects?
Yeah, you can follow me at Gino McKoy on IG. Definitely. And Facebook.
Yeah, I have an active Instagram account, and you could follow me at Andrea Tiva.
Okay.
Thanks.
I'm a bit allergic to social media, but I do have Twitter. So you can probably find me just searching my name on there.
Oh gosh, awesome. All right. Well, you guys, thank you so much. The film's incredible. It comes out July 12th. I know you have your LA premiere this Friday, so have fun.
Thank you so much, Puff.
Don't talk to aliens.
We're hoping the abduction happens, at the premiere. That might add some more viral media to it.
Oh, Eleanor, don't go. Don't
Yeah,
go.
thanks, Gino.
But you guys have
Stage.
a
Thank you so much, Puff. It's a pleasure.
Thank you.
so
Thanks,
much.
Bob.
Bye.
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 Bye.